Hello, welcome back. We are now done with Inferno. Moving on to Mirage. We do see the replays here. Showtime put on a hell of a show for us on Inferno, but now it's time to go on to the Brazilian home turf. It's going to be Mirage. My name is Risk. I'm alongside, of course, my main man, Dust. And we're going to bring you some awesome CS.
Your main man.
Main man.
I love to hear that.
You're my main man now.
Appreciate it. So, of course, like you said, Luminosity did take Inferno, so they stole that away from Fragsters. So that is definitely huge. Definitely a map that typically Luminosity hadn't been that good on with Steel. Kind of a rough record online coming into this tournament, but they get it. Actually, one of the better maps for Fragsters. They actually used that to get third place at Bedsnet Masters. Like, that was like the big map they kind of used to make that journey. And so to have it taken from them, I think is kind of a huge blow, especially considering what's around the corner is Mirage, which is a really good Luminosity map, probably their best map online so far with this team. I think they're like 6-2 or something like that, so pretty well done. And then for Fragsters, definitely on the bottom end of their map pool. So this could be Fragsters, who've shown so much promise coming into this event, you know, doing well at Bedsnet Masters, qualifying for Austin, qualifying for Valencia. You know, some of their other online stuff you have to kind of take with a grain of salt because Down can't play because he's too young. And then they come to this event and they might go out in last place, and that would be a huge blow to the team, I would imagine.
And to be honest, yes, they're getting LAN experience, and yes, they're getting the experience of traveling to the US, but this is a best of 1 against E United and a best of 3 against Luminosity. Let's be real. For this tournament, they expected to be playing best of 3s against Heroic, best of 3s against like teams that are higher up on the general like top 30 list in the world. So it's not like they're getting so much experience out of it anyway. They need to win this best of 3 to get into the kind of territory where are really going to be learning a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, Fragsters to me was like a lock to make playoffs when I saw them on the team list and I saw the group they were a part of. And, you know, losing to United Luminosity, definitely not teams I thought would be teams that would be their problem in the tournament.
Luminosity have proved themselves, and now it's time to do that once more as we head into Mirage. Home turf. Steel and the boys. Gonna start us off with a nice first course. Nice little pistol. Showtime with the kit and the smoke, and Yell just taking fire here in middle. It's gonna be mid control coming in from the T's. They're gonna rush straight in.
Yeah, they are. Yell gonna get kind of pitched in window room here, trying to watch the boost as well as getting wrapped from jungle. So far, an equal exchange, but that bomb is going to get planted inside the A bomb site. PKL trying to watch that player fall back towards Tetris. Does spot him, but cannot put the crosshair in the right place and do the left clicky thing. So he's able to get away, and now the kill's just going the way of Fragsters by the wayside. It's only Nekis left here in a 1v3, and he's already been taken down to 13 HP in the blink of an eye. So looking like it's not going to happen for him here as Bubsky does come in. That's 4 kills on the round.
Very nice for Bubsky, getting reloaded back into this map. Just in general, just like, imagine coming out of the murder hole, that 1 out of 100 times where you come through murder hole, win the duel, just to meet your demise like 10 seconds later.
Yeah, Bubsky, great work here with the Glock. Do what he needs to do to get his team the best foot forward on a map that they are not favored on. And now we do see Luminosity, of course, forcing up CZ's couple of Deagles. 5 players here gathering up in apartments for Fragsters, Stavin alone mid. And I will say this about Fragsters, they are very 1-4 prone on this map. Love to do fast 1-4 type plays on Mirage. Definitely a fast-paced team here. Using that utility to try to block off Catwalk and mark their way in B. And Refreza does find that initial headshot. He'll keep it rolling as another falls. Bomb goes down.
To be honest, I think that could be working to their advantage, because the times we saw them shine on Inferno was when they did their quick pushes. Luminosity had no answer for the quick T-side pushes. Every single time they did a timing, Luminosity would fall apart. So if they can keep doing that and Luminosity can't really find an answer for it on Mirage on that T-side, maybe they could get potentially like 9-10 rounds and then they can take it from there on CT. But it's still a big mountain to climb for the Danes right now. Luminosity definitely in the driver's seat of this one.
Yeah, again, be on the lookout throughout this half from Fragsters. Just do a lot of like 2-3, 1-4 splits on B. They love to do 1-4 on A as well, just like 1 middle, 4 coming up A ramp, maybe some pallets mixed into it. Again, usually going to execute early rounds. Kind of a lot different than Inferno, right, where you're kind of usually playing slower defaults, just kind of taking map control. It's not that Fragsters don't play mid-control defaults, they will, but again, they favor doing the faster pace executes, which is actually a polar opposite to Luminosity. When we see them swap sides, you'll notice that. We'll talk about that later, but for now, it's all about the 3-0 start for Fragsters, likely due to the fact that Luminosity just has the UMP and CZ coming into this round.
Standard smoke right side mid coming in from T-spawn. Actually, it's the window smoke. Very nicely done. And it's actually the same result, really. You take mid control, have Refresh with good front spawn, get him out there, take mid control, just slowly but surely find out. Anyone aggressive? No? Okay. Then we build off that. We get in our default positions, get ready for the execute.
The Dragonfly working his way up with the Galil inside Palace. Bomb still just sitting at back mid. They're waiting for Luminosity to make a play. Waiting to see if they can't get a freebie. Get that instant advantage. Now they start spending some utility to block off window again so they can kind of safely come up. Connector and Dragonfly does swing out from Palace with the Galil, and he delivers the entries required to open up the sights. And there is indeed that number 3 ticking on the scoreboard for Fragsters.
Opposite of how we started on Inferno. Well, Luminosity took that first pistol round and then 3 in a row afterwards. This time it's 3-0 for Fragsters. And already now investing into that AWP on the T side. Dragonfly on his, and Yell on the other side of things will be on a glass cannon. No kit, no armor, just a single smoke for him.
And Refreza here lining up a smoke over on the A bomb site. 3 players going middle, so again, kind of one of those faster splits seem to be on the horizon as they're marching forward on Cat, but Steel being aggressive here off the catwalk, as well as Neck is creeping around the smoke here from Connector, trying to make a play happen, but Dragonfly with the AWP is actually the one to draw first blood. Showtime trying to see if he can even something up, but stuck in ladder room behind the smoke. It's getting really awkward right now around the smoke and catwalk, but all the frags keep going the direction of Fragsters as they now start kind of working their way into that A bomb site.
See here. Should be hard for Luminosity to get any kind of foothold in this round from now on. And yes, it will be. Stown and Bubsky both chiming in with on PKL. Just tucked in here in the corner. There's absolutely no chance. Dragonfly with the double. Dragonfly was... I felt like he wasn't falling through, but he wasn't doing a great job either on Inferno with his AWP. He lost more duels to Yell than he won. But this time around, he starts out winning that first AWP duel straight up against Yell.
I think this is also like just a map that opping's a little bit... I wouldn't necessarily say easier because it can always be difficult, but it's just a map where T-opping's a lot more friendly than Inferno. It's a lot harder to find things.
T-side definitely.
Yeah, so that might be cause. Yell missing the jump. Will now try to go towards underpass. He wasn't spotted, so maybe he can surprise Sound. Oh, he spots that backpack. Gives it to him. Again, a save round from Luminosity, so number 5 should be going the way of Fragsters here pretty soon.
Sound just playing with his foot at this point. Knows he's up against pistols. There's no real reason to be afraid. You can just slowly take the map control, wait for your teammates to rotate in, and then do the execute you plan for it.
The Torben clearing out ladder room here, so just kind of covering all their bases as Fragsters while they have the advantage. They know that. They don't want to give up something to some type of stack or some type of gimmick, and they are indeed finding their way into the B-bomb site with little resistance. Stown also catching a kill here inside middle. So Nekus is all that remains, and again, not expecting too much from him here. Just sitting inside market, maybe hoping to see if he can catch someone kind of exiting the B-bomb site.
Needs to get lucky here. I feel like Frax is just gonna rotate everyone short or B Palace anyways. Doesn't matter. Refresh picks it up. No one dead, no casualties on that T side. Frax is 5-0 on Mirage, and we talked about it, the desk talked about it. This should not be the map where they dominate.
Yeah.
So far it's been looking good. We only had 2 real rounds. Like we had the pistol round, the first buy round. This one, the secondary, is going to be interesting because now they have a decent buy. They have the double up setup CT side. They have enough utility. What will Luminosity do?
Yeah, we'll see double op in play, but it's a very quick hit, it looks like, on the A-bomb side here from Fragsters. Again, just favoring that aggressive, fast-paced style of play here on the T side, jumping around. PKL inside the M4, good for 1, but he is traded out very rapidly. This bomb does make its way inside the site now. Smokes are up. Luminosity using this time to get players rotated into CT spawn for the retake. Nekus actually cheats his way in through the stairs, but Dragonfly is onto it. The bomb has yet to be planted, but the numbers are favoring Fragsters after the exchange.
Stown is already in jungle. He's nearing murder hole right now. He could be coming in here from the flank. Luckily for Yell, he actually reads that before it happens. Nice from him. Still 2v2, still doable. Bomb is rotating away though.
Yeah, it's like if Stalin would have gotten that kill, they would have been able to plant the bomb A, no problem. But now that he goes down, it's back to even 2-on-2. Fragsters have to kind of think about things a bit more. They're trying to bring the bomb back around through B apartments. We do have Bubsky, who came through Market, so he has this side of B cleared. Really, the only thing they have to worry about is someone kind of coming catwalk or flanking upper B apartments, which Yell seems to be doing that.
They heard the steps from Dragonfly, so they know it's going to be a B plant. What they don't know is Bubsky's position here.
Yeah, but Dragonfly's flanking upper, or excuse me, there's a CT flanking upper really quickly, so that could also catch someone off guard. It's going to be Yell with the AWP. Hear him now, though, as he's beginning to jump around, and again, he's in a 1-on-2. It's going to be difficult. Let's get the tag, actually, through the wall, but still not the victor in the duel. And now Fragsters are up 6-0, and money's tight on Luminosity. 7-0 looks likely. This is a hot start from Fragsters. We're talking about how they were kind of flat on Inferno. Not here.
Dragonfly is everything else than what he was in Inferno. Like, he was kind of this mediocre operator, hitting some shots, like in general just playing okay, but this is another level from him. And this is what we needed to see. We needed to see him and Torben step up, help their team out, not just with flashes, not just with smokes or baiting for Stone. They need to step up individually as well. Tactical pause coming in for Fragsters. Things are going well, yes, but they could be going even better, maybe.
Yeah, this just looks like a completely different match right now compared to what we saw in Inferno. Again, I kind of thought the series would go 2-1 to Fragsters. I thought it would be the opposite maps, though.
Yes.
You know, I thought Fragsters would take Inferno, Luminosity would take this, but
I completely agree.
It's not looking good for Luminosity right now here on their pick of Mirage, but it's still early. And XM comes out from PKL. Okay.
PKL picking up my favorite weapon. XM. 1014.
Yep, $2,000 gun, but it can definitely print cash. You get like 3 kills, pays for itself and more.
P250, man. He's gonna get the double here. No, Bubsky, no, no.
Yikes.
Walked into his own Molotov.
I'm sure there's plenty of 1G spam in chat.
Hate to see it.
So, quick 5-on-3 here favoring Luminosity, and AK even gets collected from Nekus to kind of bolster up the firepower that Luminosity has to work with in this round. Dragonfly trying to come up catwalk here with the AWP. Does find his man on Yell with the headshot even, so some added style points to the op frag. Steel below, though, right just under the grate, waiting to see if someone will fall into his lap, but...
Surely this is going to be the B take right now. The way that...
Here's the problem, though. There's a push through A ramp,
exactly,
so information gained.
They're getting so much information. You already see the 2 players rotating in. One of them now taken out. Secondary player on that B bomb side. One already in C spawn.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit hectic if they do decide to commit to B.
This is actually doable for Luminosity, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, it really is. Their positioning is as good as it can get for the situation. If Nekus can just get 1 down, even, they'd be well set up to do this.
1 in delay, and then he's won the round, basically.
Yeah, Nekus doing well to not show himself, just be patient, kind of wait for the play to come to him. Holding this angle, does get the first. Dragonfly quick to trade up close with the AWP. He's going to try to go for the bomb plant now. He'll probably get it. No, he comes off of it because he gets pushed. Misses his first attempt. And Showtime closes the distance. And finally, Luminosity put a round on the board.
XM 1014 round. Doesn't do any damage with the shotgun, but still make it happen here. Pistols in general. Just that P250 push through lower, picking up that first frag, doing so much damage onto Bubsky that he dies from walking into his own Molotov. That's basically a 2K from a P250 investment. Luckily, for Fragsters, the bank is big enough for them to rebuy. And they still have money left for another buy if they lose this one, so no worries.
And it's right back to the quick 1-4 plays here from Fragsters.
That one smoke that lands on the other side of the connector, so nice.
That was a big innovation from Mirage, actually. As they will use that to start collapsing onto the A bomb site. There's a little bit of a fight being put up by Luminosity, though. They get into a 3-on-3, actually. The bomb has still yet to make its way into the site, the plant. And 2 have already rotated to CT spawn for Luminosity, so they're getting in good spots for a potential retake, or they might just try to defend it, but Stown coming through the flank through mid, coming into connector, gets 2. Bubsky comes in for the final, and so it's 7-1 for Fragsters. Can't get away from the 7-1 meme, can you?
I was about to say, PTSD might be kicking in.
Yeah, you just can't do it. And of course, this means a hard reset to Luminosity. They'll buy up what they can, of course.
Very impressed with you as an American coming in with football memes. And I'm saying football.
The biggest meme is our national team. Didn't even qualify for the World Cup. You hate to see it.
It's going to be interesting.
We're in a region that's built for us to qualify. We didn't. Okay, I'm not triggered. Definitely not triggered.
All right, back to the game. It's going to be the force by Luminosity. combined $100 on their accounts after this buy here. So we're looking at a full eco if they lose this.
Yep.
Showtime's already been taken out. Neck is in Steel. Steel has a really nice position, but just a CZ 75. But we've said that so many times where the CZ players come out with 1 or 2 frags. He's going to get this time as well. Goes for the double, but not going to get it. Torvik shuts him down. He's down, wraps around the bomb site. Secondary angle now comes in with the AK, but Yell will take him out of his misery.
Yeah, so just trying to come in for the retake, but nice shot there from PKL. Gets it into a 2-on-2. The bomb didn't even commit to B yet, though. It's actually falling back on the hands of Torben, who's rolling it towards the top of middle. There is one player, Refreza, who's actually sitting in window room.
Yeah, he's holding murder hole basically right now. If he hears some step CT, he's gonna take the duel. If they cross his path, he's gonna win that duel.
Yep.
So
he's in perfect position.
Yeah, it forces them to choose another avenue. Let's see here.
Yeah, bomb gets planted in default location from Torben, who will then kind of retreat. Does actually cross the CT spawn, put the smoke up on connector, and starts to fall back towards Tetris. And he still has Refreza in a really good spot to kind of come behind. Will he get checked, the question. Okay, he does wind up getting the kill. That was a little bit dicey for a moment, but Refreza does come up with it, but it's still going to come down to the 1v1. Smoke up on connector again. Time ticking. PKL knows exactly where he is. He's got a kit, so that gives him a little bit of extra time to kind of play around with Refreza and try to see if he can't get the kill. Refreza will step out, though, and find the headshot. 8-1. Luminosity now in saving territory. 9-1, looking so likely.
Confidence play from Refresher there. Instead of kind of like using his flashbangs or his Molotovs to fend off his opponent, he just goes for the straight frag.
Or even going back through murder hole, the ticket boost could have been a play.
There's so many different choices he could have made, but he just wide peeks and gets the frag. Like, confidence is on point. And as I said before, as we said, full eco. There's no investment whatsoever here. We're looking at potential 9-1 stop. He's just stat padding at this point. 3 quick ones for him. Torben comes in. Blows up the rest.
Not a whole lot to talk about here. So the 9th round will be coming in for Fragsters. And I mean, if they keep this up, this game might be over real soon. And Dust 2 will be the next map in play to decide things on who goes home and who gets to play a little bit later on today for a shot at a spot in the playoffs.
What do you think Fragsters' win rate is on Dust 2?
I mean, they've only played it like maybe 1 or 2 times, so
100%, bro.
100%.
But yeah, only 2 matches recorded.
Misleading stats.
Yeah. That's what you can do with stats. You can always make them tell your own story.
Yep. Here we go. Another quick push coming in from Fragsters. No hesitation, no change in pace. Looking to keep the ball rolling. And Refreza is able to get that opener to allow this bomb to get planted inside the site. Now it's all about a retake. And retaking B on Mirage, probably one of the hardest retakes in the game.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
It just seems like the pace of Fragsters, they don't have an answer for it over in the Luminosity camp.
Yeah,
there seems to be no answer whatsoever. And we, as I said before, like we saw glimmers of this on Inferno. Like the 3 rounds where they ran a quick like setup play, nothing was done for Luminosity. Now we're on Mirage. This happens almost every single round. And they're just getting mowed down here. Showtime had such a good Inferno. He is on 1 frag in 10 rounds.
And remember there was like a time where Fragsters had like a really good lead on Luminosity and looked like they were going to win it. Like, I mean, then we got into like ties where it was like, you know, 9-9, 10-10. So then it got like really tight and then Luminosity wound up pulling out from there. And Fragsters would be like, well, damn, we could have 2-0'd this series, you know?
Yeah.
If Mirage continues on this way. If they just would have kind of tidied up a couple little things on Inferno, but...
I'm still not certain of how good the CT side is on Mirage. That's been where they've been having most of their problems when they play this map, so... I feel like 10 rounds was needed. They've already got 10 rounds. The question is, can they get even more? Can they make it easier for themselves on that CT side?
I mean, the way I've seen things go so far, I mean, and here's the problem. You had Showtime, who was so huge last game. This game, 1 kill.
Yeah, cool.
So far the whole half, so definitely cooled off. Steel also struggling. I mean, no one's doing great, but...
from Showtime to no time. Doesn't matter. Horrible puns will continue. Don't worry, I'm here all weekend.
Fortunately, you're here all
They tried to make me not come by canceling my flight, but I made it anyway. Dragonfly though.
Ooh, just misses that one.
Not far away though. Nekis and Yell both here, but Yell doesn't have an AK, or an AWP, excuse me. He will be taken out by Dragonfly, so that duel doesn't really count in the stats. AWP versus AWP. Still a 1-for-1 trade.
Yep.
Dragonfly edging in. Neck has gone down as well. He's finding openings all over the map. Can he find still? Nope.
What? How is he alive? What is that? How does that happen? You have to be kidding me. Unreal.
That makes no sense.
That's what I feel when the tilt has to start to set in.
Yes.
Like you're already losing 10-1, and then somehow you don't convert that frag.
That would be if I was Steel there. That's a power plug. Like
yeah, that's because you can't let people know your rage quit, but like you unplug the modem.
Yeah.
The internet went out, man.
Let's see this replay here. So he gets the first kill. He gets a secondary one into connector.
This is ridiculous. What comes up next?
Pulls out the knife.
Jumps around. Gets hit. Misses. Still gets the kill. Unreal.
Yeah. Still should have had that 101 out of 100 times, but
that's happened to all of us, though. Let's be honest. Some more than others, obviously.
All right. Another op coming in for Yell.
What do you know? Another 1-4 split, Niels. Yeah. I haven't seen this before.
The strat book is not.
To be fair, they haven't had the chain adjust. Like they're having a lot of success just doing this. The catwalks, smokes do go down. It's becoming basically a meta of being Mirage, getting the smoke wall down. Almost everyone does this now.
They have no answer. Like there's no reason to change strats if your opponent can't answer what you're doing. Just keep doing the same thing until they stack, or if they counter you with aggressive play or something like that.
Retake is on right now for Luminosity. You feel like they have to kind of just go for it. They need rounds. Like they can't afford to just be saving anymore. Like they need to put points on the board.
They have so much utility to spare as well. Like
yeah, but they are playing from a man down and retaking with an op on B so hard, and especially with these smokes continually coming down from Fragsters on the door, making it hard for Luminosity to find space to get out and even try to fight for this round. And now Fragsters members jumping into the market, forcing the fights and winning them. Yell retreating with the AWP inside window. This is his shot, can't get away, and now 12 for Fragsters. Living up to the name.
Yes. This is tough for Luminosity, man. This is tough. Like, normally, I think like Steel looks like he has a very good life, very happy, but right now, I would not want to be in his shoes. Like, this is a tough game to play. PKL with the secondary XM, 10-14 in this game. See if you can do any damage with it. Usually plays really nice in the apartments or close range A ramp.
Yeah, you hope that he should be able to get something. Nothing! Gets nothing!
Get wrecked.
There's nothing there. Bubsky comes in with the kill. Yeah, at least does fight back with the FAMAS from the stairwell, but the bomb is going to be going down, and now Luminosity will just have to try to play for the retake, which is kind of a deja vu scenario for them.
Torben, refresh towards the A-ramp, refresh here. Getting flashed out, going for the duel, going for the double frag as well, he gets it! And that should be the end of this round. There's no way the retake can come in. Neck is one man against 4, and he's probably also going to get shut down by Dragonfly, who's in perfect position. There's just no way. 13-1 Dust. From losing Inferno, their map choice, going onto a map that they just skimp over 30% win rate on, and they dominate like this with the unanswerable pace. Like, there's nothing that Luminosity can do about this.
This is about as bad as it gets. There's only one option worse than this, and that's 14-0. So, not a whole lot to be... Not a whole lot to hold on to if you're Luminosity to feel good about this game.
They're running double up setup T side of Mirage.
Yeah, you might as well.
Yep.
There might be a rifle drop somewhere.
Yeah, he's gonna pick up. Refresh is gonna pick up the rifle in 10 seconds or something. Sure.
Yeah, just trying to go for an upper B pick with it while the other AWP was venturing out a different direction.
Well, hasn't been picked up yet, but there could still be plenty of time.
Yeah, you see him running back now that he's spawning to grab it, and there it is.
And now they're going to set up once more, take mid-control. After mid-control is taken, we could be lucky enough to see another 4-1 split.
Indeed could, but Yell actually comes out with the M4 at middle. Good for 1 on the Dragonfly, but Torben again there with the response. Steel denying down over on the A side, so they finally get a man advantage. I feel like it's one of the few rounds I've seen Luminosity in the mid-round actually have the edge when it came to numbers, so maybe they could actually leverage that into a victory before the half comes to a close. But a little bit of window boosting going on, and Bubsky takes out Steel, so the advantage gone. The bomb coming through T-spawn now towards the A bomb site via Palace.
So low HP in Bubsky and Torben, though.
Yeah, that is very true. They're definitely bleeding out, so they're vulnerable targets for the remaining Luminosity members. PKL already in position here in CT spawn area next to the ticket booth. 2 still inside B, and they're not moving just yet.
They need Torben to peek out of apartments, but PKL will be granted that first one free. Torben peeks out, gets the frag, so now 2v2, but 11 HP combined on the 2 Danes.
Oh,
200 man. On Luminosity.
Yeah, you would definitely fancy Luminosity's chances due to the health situation.
They do have a Molotov for the bomb, though.
That is true. There's no smoke to extinguish it either. Never mind, Showtime just picked up the smoke to extinguish. He gets the kill on the Torben. That's the Molotov out of the equation now. Now they can smoke the bomb in a defuse, and actually we'll just get the clean kill. So it doesn't even really matter. So 2 rounds for Luminosity. At least they get something before the half comes to a close, but still, Fragsters are looking fiery right now.
Yeah. And I have to say, like, to compare Inferno, where Showtime is looking so good, to this first half, he is, just as the scoreline, 2-13. That's not a good showing for a player.
No.
We know his potential. We know the heights he can reach when he's on point. He's been shut down completely.
Yeah, just man for man, no one on Luminosity is out fragging. The top fragger of Luminosity has the same amount of kills as the bottom fragger for Fragsters.
And once again, we do see, apart from the in-game leader Torben, very nice frag distribution between the 4 fragging players. 13, 13, 14, 16.
Which is something we just didn't see on Inferno. It was like a lot more top-heavy from Stown in that game.
Yeah. So
the fact that they're kind of back in sync, back to producing the way you expect, definitely bodes well for them for the rest of the series. Maybe finally kind of waking up. Second half will be kicking off here real soon. See if Luminosity has any fight left in them to kind of close the gap and at least pose a threat, or is dust too quickly among us? That's going to be what we will answer here in the pistol rounds.
Yeah, looking forward to see what Neckets will do here. 2 flashes and a Molotov.
Must-win round for Luminosity. It goes without saying, but I said it anyway.
So Molotov probably towards cart. 2 flashes over. Just go in. Maybe something else. Interesting underpass play right now.
Yeah, this could be a problem. He was looking out for it, but then turned around right at the wrong moment, so it definitely could have an impact. Torben at least gets 1 down. So the flank is setting in, but Neckis is aware of it. He gets a good angle onto it. He gets 1. Refresh does trade, so it's still winnable here for Fragsters as they continue to push on through. PKL tries to hold them off at the pass, but Bubsky too much for him, and it just keeps going back and forth. Steel trying to see if he can't finally get a grasp on things, and he does. So Luminosity, they take the pistol, which they were in dire need of.
Yeah, the heroes from Inferno, Steel and Showtime stepping up here. 2 frags each in the pistol. And now, see a couple of AKs surely coming in for the Brazilians. It's going to be 2 AKs, 3 AKs and 2 Galils. So not messing around here, Luminosity. On the other side of things, Scout on Dragonfly and pistols on the rest of the Danish side.
Yeah. The thing is, Luminosity is a team on the T side that is much more prone to play like 1-3-1 slow mid-control. You know, you saw Fragsters just going for a lot of fast 1-4 plays, just a lot of quick executes, but Luminosity is definitely more of a team that looks to, you know, make things happen more in the mid to late round. Really like to just kind of play that foundational default, you know, more times than not. I would say like 50 to 60% of the time they're just playing 1-3-1 defaults.
Neck is getting the first tag there. Down to 29. Will ease the job for an eventual CZ-75 or Desert Eagle later on. Let's see what they're setting up to do here. What's the plan for Luminosity? And as you said, looks like they're waiting.
Yep. Waiting to see if Fragsters will give them anything to work with, but Fragsters have been pretty reserved in this round, not looking to take any crazy engagements or push anything, more just kind of holding back. They do have a bit of a stack towards the B bomb site, just 1 player in A site. That's going to be Torben with the CZ up close on ramp. He does have a player at window room that can rotate the help, but the smoke might isolate Torben. And so he can be in for a lot of trouble. The flash even comes in as well to add to it. So a clean entry there for Steel. A new role for Steel, by the way. Normally a lurker on every other team he's played for until this team. He's now more of the entry type player as well as in-game leaders. So I think that's one of the things that's kind of hurt Luminosity. Is I think that role swap has been hard for Steel. They aren't having any trouble finalizing this round, it seems.
Bubsky's going to save that Galil for sure. Dragonfly going to save his Scout, Refresh, Desert Eagle, and full armor also. So another good reason to save. It's always sad to see like when you see 2 terrorists on around like 10 HP and not going to get the kills, but that's how it is sometimes. Actually 13 and 29. Numbers are hard. Steel. Very close to finding Bubsky. Just sitting below the staircase. Very peculiar situation. Pop up, get that first one, and that's perfect. That's what you need. And he goes for seconds, and that's where it kind of gets into a rough situation, because you've already shown your position. You're taking a duel where your position is going to know where you are, and you're low HP. But nonetheless, does take one with him. 4 rounds for Luminosity. Scout and Deagle on Fragsters for this one, so should be rather straightforward. PKL has even bought the Mach 10, so he's looking forward to farming some frags. 3 CT players stack on B, which looks like where Luminosity is going right now.
It does. Just a Scout on Dragonfly, the Deagle, armor on Refreza, really to pose a threat. It's similar setup to last one. They had the same kind of bias towards B, and Dragonfly with the headshot with the BKL. Oh my goodness, man. Neck is finally starting to clear things out a little bit here. Steel with one as well, but Refreza and company keep pitching back in, and there's a second kill for Refresh. And a third! Another headshot at that!
Refresh, what is going on?
Oh man, that has to really hurt.
Hey!
Look at that guy. Danish flag out in Austin. That one guy.
I'm gonna find that guy later on. Gonna give him a hug or something. Or a beer, that would be more Danish.
I feel like buying beer, I think he would appreciate that one.
Danish people.
A nice New Belgium beer at that.
Yeah. We don't like bodily contact, but we do like beer.
Indeed. Last chance for Luminosity, basically, in this round, but Dragonfly is pretty much slamming the door in their face with that one. And Bubsky puts that extra. He's putting the deadbolt in. Door is closing is the point.
Ooh, okay.
Huh?
Glitch in the simulation, Carl Anders?
Yeah. I was a little bit concerned, but we got through it. They're just getting picked apart. There's just nothing left in this team.
Yeah. Like the second that Fragsters win that pistol round. Still, though, trying to bring it back, and he's one of those players that has the mentality of never giving up. It's a nice thing to have. And CSPKL comes in with the double. Steel now 1v2.
Yeah, all on him to deny Fragster's map point. He's got armor, he's got full HP, he's twirling his knife around, but gets the AK out on time as he comes through the smoke. Professor actually backs out of connector.
Might get the timing here. Oh,
he does. He might be able to get in behind here and get a frag, in fact, or at the very least.
Oh, he knows he has to find the first frag, and he does. No, he goes.
He doesn't realize the second one's in market. He pulls out his knife. He's twirling it around. He's doing all kinds of tricks with the butterfly knife, but needs the gun out instead. His Torben gets him in the back of the head with the Galil. And so that's 15-4.
You don't expect...
It triggers me so much when I see Rose pull out there and I've been dancing around.
It's like he's in a position where he's just killed a guy. He heard the footsteps, so he knows he was rotating. He's not going to expect, if he's 1v2, the first CT to rotate to the position of the secondary one.
But at least have a gun out in case. Yeah. That way you can like flick and take a shot and maybe you still have a chance. I know your butterfly knife looks sick, bro. I get it, but...
You just go pro Dustin and then you can do that.
No. As Dragonfly, again, repositioning the AWP, very dynamic opper, loves to move around. It's kind of a thing with Danish oppers, I feel like, usually very mobile.
Yeah.
You can go down the list of Danish oppers and you'll find the same thing, pretty much all of them. Nice trait to have. As he might...
the flick.
Yeah, it's going to be the question. Or will they slow peek out? They almost lined up 2 for 1. Does get one, damages the other quite a lot, and Showtime actually striking back here. Gets into a 3-on-3.
Showtime will be taken out eventually. 2 players alive for Luminosity. Once more, Steel is alive and has to be the difference maker. Him and Yell. He's down, shut down. 2v2 now. Bomb dropped on the A side. Still has to be reclaimed by the T side. They only have a single smoke to do it with as well. Oh, I don't like that from Refresh.
That's a big kill. Yeah, it's all on Torben now at the FAMAS.
Had so much utility and didn't use any of it to switch positions.
Flash ineffective, and both terrorists spaced apart. Able to get the 2-on-1 duel.
Yeah, that's around they're going to be looking back when they're reviewing demos and saying we should have played that differently.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like you have a lot of cushion, so you're probably like, let it go. You're like, We're still up 15-5, but
it's
still those things you got to tidy up because in tighter games that could really be a problem.
It's a dangerous mentality to develop.
Yeah.
The players know that, so it's not because I'm preaching to a choir that I'm listening. But let's see.
Yep.
Dragonfly in unison.
The fadeaway with the CC, but the response from Luminosity has been up to the task as they quickly dispatch of 3 of the Fragsters members to take the man advantage right back in a big way. A lot of damage dealt to PKL, though, so he's definitely a softened target for who he comes across next. But again, this is a round you didn't really expect much from Fragsters, given with the buy that they had. So if they can get a couple more kills, that'd be great. And there's one already. That's a Khalil, and 7 has armor, so... Oh, Torben, though. He can't get out of that corner.
He's dead anyway.
Dude, how are humans that flexible in this game? I feel like his spine would definitely break if he bent over like that.
Yeah.
That or he does some like intense yoga. I'm not sure.
Definitely the yoga. Down though.
Yep. He's in the right place.
Oh,
been tagged though.
Fire. They know where he's at now. They can smoke him off, flash him off, double pick him. There's so many things they can do to take him out. Just plant the bomb and play close plant positions. So every single time he goes in, refrag. Exactly that.
Good read. I mean, he knew that the player was probably close, right? He got that kill, but it's just there's too many people who can just, you know, peek him instantly and get the trade. No real way for him in. So Luminosity, they're hanging around.
They're still in this.
Yeah.
Buying up. They have a full buy. Fragsters on a full eco. It's not going to be an AWP in their next purchase, I feel like. Nope.
No, probably not.
This is a chance for Luminosity to get back in the game and grind round after round to get themselves to that.
I feel like until they get to like 10 rounds, you're probably not too worried if you're Fragsters.
Nah. You can see Refresh. He's smiling. He's having a laugh.
Nice little boost action going on here. Yeah. They've been doing some tricky boosts on like every map.
Yep.
So every now and then they throw in a nice little gimmick. Look at Luminosity, true to form, 1-3-1, passive, every round pretty much. Again, starkingly different styles to T-side approach from these two teams. Yep. And Luminosity, by the way, has literally always been this way ever since they got the team that included people like PK and Yell, who are like kind of the 2 original members that are still on the team. Everyone else has kind of come in and out. And they've always been this way. Never really diverted from it, which was kind of like the classic way that like Luminosity was, like the original Brazilian team, the original Luminosity.
Yes. That
obviously turned into major winners. So kind of like something they took from Zeus and like evolved. So
that's a podcast discussion right there.
Yeah. The evolution of CSGO strategy
on Mirage specifically.
We'll publish it in an academic journal.
Right now, this one is not going to be very academic since the rest of this round will be decided pretty quickly. Bomb will go down.
This is like one of those rounds that's like watching paint dry.
Yeah,
can we just get it? Let's get on with it.
Just kill and console.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
It's can affect money at least though if you get guns down. Also, if you can find a way to steal an AK and roll it to the next round, it can do you wonders. But as expected, Luminosity cleared up the round with very little casualties suffered in the process.
Still the only one to go down, but they can rebuy that. No problem. Steel himself even has 4.2k, so it's not going to be a problem money-wise. Maybe a secondary one? Yeah. That's hoping too much. Round number 7 comes in for Luminosity. 7-15. And here comes the buy from Fragsters, but it's not the best buy. As I said before, they're probably not going to go for an AWP here. If they go for an AWP, it's going to be a glass cannon, and they opt to not go for it. So it's going to be 5 M4s, no kits, no Molotovs.
Indeed. We do see a little bit of a different variation from Luminosity this time. They are going to go for a little bit more of a faster mid-A split, but we see the CTs getting aggressive on middle, looking to take the fight to them right away, and Dragonfly and Repreza coming in huge. Bubsky does go down, so A has been somewhat pried open as the bomb makes its way in to plant maybe towards the default location, but they have to clear out CT spawn first. They pop flash it, clear it, plant the bomb, but it's still a 3 versus 4 at the end of the day. Have to fend off this retake. It's going to have to be an easy task.
Still smokes remaining for that eventual Molotov on Yell on the CT side. He's going to put that up towards stairs. Nice position for PKL. PKL will spray through the box, double for him. Another one not coming in. Dragonfly trading 1v1, and now Dragonfly with a chance of 4K'ing this one to win it.
Oh, there it is.
But nope, there's no time, there's no kit. And we'll go to Luminosity. So even though Dragonfly gets a 4K, he gets to escape with the orb. That's not going to be the round.
Big thing. Like, you're talking about low money, so they couldn't afford an AWP. Also couldn't afford a kit. And if you would have had a kit, probably wins that round, the game's over. So just goes to show how important economy really is. And how you have to kind of, at times, since they decided to go all them 4s, no one decided to get like an SMG or from us or something.
Because you'll usually always see one player, usually the support player, in-game leader, go for a FAMAS or UMP 45 or something like that.
Just so they have at least one kid on the board, but they don't. And this round's going to be the same story and work with even less AWP, CZs. And Luminosity are starting to get to that danger point, but we'll see if Dragonfly can hold them off from doing so. He gets the kill in Palace and now controls that area of the map, which makes it so hard to get into A and plant the bomb. Now you have to actually worry about Palace as well as your other spots you normally have to worry about. And they actually just back off because of it.
Nice map control by Dragonfly. It's a kill with it. Rotations are coming in from the CT side though, but the Terrors haven't really committed to any specific bomb site yet. Dragonfly keeps on being a nuisance.
Yes, indeed. It could be very well leading the way to Fragsters' victory.
If he times this right against the AWP,
ouch.
And he does. Now he has to be careful of secondary people coming in here. He knows this. He's holding the headshot angle right now, which is the wise choice. Calling it for backup, calling for the rotation towards the B bomb side. He's going to get pre-fired, which is expected, but the rotation has already come in. Two players on this bomb side, a third one rotating in to play short.
Indeed, Dragonfly spots him jumping across the window with AWP as well, and Torben's already put down Steel, so it's all on PKL in the 1 versus 3 in the bomb, and Bubsky on the flank ensures the victory for Fragsters and allows us to go to a third map, play some Dust 2, a classic, to figure out who will be going home and who will be moving on.
First map, it was the first brother, Stown, Martin Lund picking it up. Second map, his brother, Dragonfly, also the same family, picking up 26 frags for the AWP. Nice to see that step up from him.
Yeah, and again, we talked about how, like, on Inferno, it didn't seem like Fragsters were making mistakes, and they had a close game. At times, they even had the lead, look like they might win it. And it very well, in a different world, could be a 2-0 instead of us having to go to a third map just because of how close Inferno really was. But there's just a couple of situations where they needed to tidy some things up. Didn't quite go their way. Luminosity played really well. Then we go to Mirage, the map that we expected Luminosity to actually be the favorite on. We thought, oh, they stole Inferno. All of a sudden, Luminosity might be able to 2-0 this thing. But Fragsters, despite the fact that they're not really a Mirage team, came out hot. I mean, that first half was a blinder.
The pace, it was blinding, to be honest. Like, it looked like Luminosity was just not ready for it in any
I think that's
shape or sense. And now we go to Dust 2. This is where it gets really interesting. Haven't been impressed with what I've seen, which has been very little from Luminosity on Dust 2. From the 2 demos that I've watched with Fragsters, it looked good. It looked like they had some decent practice on it. And I know they practiced a bit more as well. So it's going to be interesting. I think they have the slight upper hand, the Danes, right now, but Luminosity, we know they have the level.
I think if you combine the 2 maps, even though each team's won a map, so you would say, oh, they're on equal footing. I think if you combine, like, cumulatively what each team looked like throughout both maps, I think Fragsters look stronger overall. And with that said, we are going to take a nice little break, nice handguns from Risk on the way out. We'll be back with Dust 2 to decide things in just a little bit.